Honestly, I didn't know much about Dr. Stone, however, I had reached that point most weebs reach when they just finish a series or they've caught up to the ones they follow weekly. For me, I just finished Karakuri Circus, Attack on Titan, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon, and while I wait for the next issue of Demon Slayer to be released, I was in a state of, so what do I do now? And as I sift through my list of must-watch and haven't finished, what caught my eye, in truth, was the promotional art for Dr. Stone. I had seen the trailer in passing, but this art was amazing. The titular character half covered in crumbling stone, holding a vial of liquid with the coolest look in his eyes I've ever seen, especially on someone who has celery for hair. Yeah, I must say my interest was piqued. But not everyone is so easily convinced by cover art. So, you may be wondering, why should you watch Dr. Stone? So, most anime for me fall into two camps. Those I instantly fall in love with because the premise is so cool and over the top that I am like, Japan did it again. Or camp number two, where it takes some already established genre and adds their own unique Japanese anime twist, like Superman becomes a high school teacher, or there's a zombie apocalypse plus matrix tits. I said, take my f***ing money, Japan. But in my opinion, Dr. Stone doesn't fit into any of these camps entirely. And there's the rub. It's wholly a unique and original piece of fiction, dealing with the survival elements of a post-apocalyptic event. It portrays its unique premise and its conflict, the clash of different ideologies, pretty well, while having almost matrix tits level of absurd moments. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. The story starts with Tenju. He's our love-struck, straight-laced protagonist who wants to confess his feelings to the girl he loves, Yuzuriha. He seeks his best friend Senku's approval on the matter, but just before he can do this, for some reason a global event occurs which turns the entire human race to stone. It was like Cassiopeia uses her Gargan eyes on everyone. 3,700 years pass, Fix It Riot, and Tenju managed to escape his petrification thanks to luck and Senku's genius. Senku, for the minute the series starts, is portrayed as a super genius. Unlike usual shonen protagonists, he relies heavily on his intellect, and so to me, he closely resembles Light and Lush in his tactical prowess. I mean, seriously, how many of you can create a hut, clothes, and weaponry from scratch? However, Senku knows his limitations and relies heavily on his friend Taiju to compensate for his physical weaknesses. He's constantly brimming with overconfidence, but what makes him interesting, especially as an anime character, is that he has the ability to back up most of his outrageous claims. The biggest of which is that he wants to return humanity to its former scientific glory. As he puts it, I am going to beat fantasy with science. This is something he's obviously capable of achieving. After he discovers a cure, a liquid formula that allows him to free the petrified people safely from their stone farms. A first in many steps he takes in recovering modern civilization. Tsukasa is introduced right after Senku cracks the formula to undo the petrification. While returning to camp to free the stone Yuzuriha, the two boys are attacked by a pride of lions and cornered, and out of desperation, they decide to free Tsukasa. Here we find out that Tsukasa is the complete opposite of Senku, as he's considered the world's strongest high schooler, and he earned every freaking letter in that title. This Falcon punches a lion, killing it instantly, immediately warning Senku. His fears only solidified when Tsukasa expresses his own ideals for the new world, which involve only letting the pure-hearted youth be resurrected. It is this clash of ideals that makes this story shine, in my opinion. Just like Light versus L, or Lush versus Suzaku, I believe ideals, especially directly opposing ones, makes for very good storytelling, as the characters' motivations are more believable. Tsukasa hates adults due to a pretty bad childhood memory, and wants to pick and choose who should live and who should die, while Senku wants to revive everyone, good, bad, and indifferent. he remains decidedly neutral rather than playing God. So once this clash of ideals ensues, both boys realize that they cannot afford the other to live. This highlights the biggest theme in the show thus far: the human impulse towards savagery and the rules of civilization, which are designed to contain and minimize it, which can be broken down into the past versus the future and strength versus intellect. And this is why, in my opinion, you should be watching Dr. Stone, since it tackles the themes mentioned beautifully with excellent dialogue and great visual style. If I had to give it an interim rating, it would be a 9 out of 10, since at the time of this video, it only has 5 episodes, and it's already blown my mind how good it is. However, in the end, I am at least 10 billion% sure you will find something to enjoy watching this show. Anyway, I'm the Dark One. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell to burn kids landing to the ground, and I'll see you guys next time.